what's up? It's Joe Rady from Rady's Rides. I'm here once again with this bad boy. What the heck is it? This is a 2024 Chevrolet Corvette, the C8 E-Ray. But before we get into what the heck is going on with this hybrid performance supercar, let's talk about what's going on here. So if you haven't seen my review of this vehicle, I will leave it at the end of this vlog. And this is basically a new series, a continuation that I'm doing where I really want to dive deeper into some points and elements relating to some of the cars that we review here on Rady's Rides. And what this one is all about, the topic of discussion, so to speak, is why you, yes, you, I'm pointing at you, are wrong about what you are thinking about with this E-Ray. So what I want to do is I want to take you for a little spin and we're going to ride together and discuss why the heck you are wrong about the E-Ray, and maybe I might change your mind by the end when I explain to you what those different things are that you're wrong about. So let's go ahead, let's jump in to this E-Ray and take a little spin and find out. All right, so we're inside this E-Ray. And I really wanted to focus on why you might be wrong or know people that are wrong about this car. First of all, don't ever look for a plug somewhere, an outlet to plug into on the exterior of the E-Ray. The E-Ray is not a plug-in hybrid, and it's definitely not a plug-in battery electric vehicle. That's number one. And there's still people coming up to me at gas stations and stuff asking me, where do I plug it in? No plug, no outlet. Second of all, you know, from day one with the engineers and the Corvette team, they have stressed that this car has never been about being eco-friendly. It's not some green initiative. It's not something that falls into alignment with, you know, the Blazer EV and the Equinox EV and all that other stuff. This is all about performance. And the funny thing is that Chevrolet nor the Corvette is new to this technology, really. I feel like they've done a good job bringing it towards perfection, but you could see this type of technology, of course, in the second gen Acura NSX. That vehicle had 3 electric motors. Also, you look at cars like the LaFerrari, the McLaren Arturo, the McLaren P1, the Ferrari 296 GTB. These are all cars that are performance hybrids. You don't have to worry about the battery getting depleted to 0. You're always going to have battery power ready. I think one of the coolest things about this car, even with all of its performance and horsepower and everything else, that you don't have to pay a gas guzzler tax on the vehicle. And gas guzzler tax has basically been around since the early 1990s. So, no gas guzzler tax. You still have the sound of your V8. And you have the electric component behind it. Now, what I really like about the system, and I think that proves, another thing that proves people wrong, is that this is not a vehicle meant to go on a long distance in stealth mode. So you have 3 different modes. Normal, which would be anything with the internal combustion engine behind you. You have shuttle, which is meant for low speed maneuvering. So if you're at a car show, a parking lot, in your garage, you put it into shuttle mode, it'll allow you to move the vehicle up to about 5 miles per hour in an area. Then, of course, there is stealth mode. Stealth mode, you could drive up to 45 miles per hour. And stealth mode is only good for up to 5 miles. And I think that's been one of the things where people are like, nah, the C8 E-Ray is a piece of crap. My RAV4 Prime can do almost 40 miles pure EV. But let's think about that for a second. The battery that is right underneath the center console is only 1.8 kilowatt hours battery pack. That's a very, very small battery pack. So it's actually quite impressive that it can drive up to 45 miles per hour for up to 5 miles on pure EV. Second of all, this is not meant to be some hyper-miling, eco-friendly sports car option or supercar option. I think it clearly shows the intention of having the all-wheel drive, having the ability to be able to put it in different modes depending on what you want. And then the other thing is that for an all-wheel drive vehicle, it still behaves a lot like a rear-wheel drive car, which I like, because when you come out of a corner, it's nice to be able to get the back end to come out just a little bit so that you can square off the corner for a faster acceleration out of corner exit. That's something that if you had the NSX, for example, it doesn't have the ability to do that. And if it does, if you can get it done, it's not very easy. Not as easy as in this vehicle. I think the other thing where I think a lot of people are wrong is that this system is so unique. I mean, think about it. Yes, it adds an extra 300 pounds worth of weight. And yes, that brings this Corvette E-Ray pretty much right up to 4,000 pounds, which is a lot of weight. But with that being said, look at what the competition is bringing and look at their weight. So you gotta compare everything apples to apples here. Another thing I love about the system is that they really tried their hardest to save weight. I mean, it uses titanium bolts in the casing for the electric motor. The housing for the battery pack is all carbon fiber. It's got a carbon fiber cover to hold it in. And what's also cool is that the electric motor has its own cooling supply. So you're not robbing the LT2 pushrod V8 behind us of any cooling capability. It has its own unique cooling. And what's awesome is I've been able to launch this thing over and over and over again, and it doesn't go into limp mode or anything like that. The NSX, the second gen, after so many launches, it will tell you that it needs a break, it needs to cool down. Not so much with this E-Ray. And then the other cool thing that I like is that to show that Chevrolet really wants to make this a bespoke type of thing is that you have a unique screen on the 8-inch infotainment system where it has all your E information, your electric output, engine output, torque, power, dyno, data, the whole 9 yards. So that to me is another thing. Plus the fact that you have a button right next to my right leg on the center console, which is that EV Plus button. And when you're at a track or you're on your favorite twisty road and you want that little extra something, you push that button and you will get an even more powerful experience from the electric motor when it comes to your driving. But this is something that I really wanted to stress on. I felt like it was so important. I felt like some people were just not picking up what Chevrolet is putting it down with what this E-Ray is all about. It really makes sense to have this vehicle in their lineup because you have Z06. Those are for people who want that very exotic experience, that high revving experience of that flat plane crankshaft. You have the E-Ray, which gives you more torque than any of the other options, gives you unique technology, and gives you all-wheel drive performance and grip. And then you have the Stingray for people who just want that more traditional Corvette experience with a pushrod V8, the torque lower in the delivery, in the torque curve, and that unique pushrod V8 sound. So it really makes sense, the lineup. Of course, I'm excited to see what the ZR1's gonna bring, and then of course the Zora as well. But I'm hoping that this has been something worthwhile for you. I hope that you got some new information, or maybe you were able to confirm some information that you already had. I want to do more of these, so definitely stay tuned for that. But we need to get back to where it all began and wrap this one up. So I will see you in a nanosecond. All right, guys, been another great day in so many ways, taking you for a ride in this 2024 E-Ray. Let me know if I have changed your mind in any way, or if you learned anything about this E-Ray that maybe makes you say, oh, I didn't know that. But also let me know if you're enjoying these extra driving reviews where we go a little bit more in depth and I just take you for a ride and we have a little bit of a discussion. Let me know down in the comment section how you feel about all that. But if you're new to the channel, you're on your way out, hit that subscribe button. I promise you it's worthwhile. Come back for more. If you are a subscriber, thank you for being part of the Radius Rides family. You got, thanks Stephen Flood, holding that camera strong and firm, solid like oak. Thank you, Stephen, for all that you're doing. Just like always, guys, I'll see you on the next ride.